Hello. So, I want to make a build guide real quick. Not a build guide, sorry. More of a guide on builds. So, what do I mean by this? If you've seen my videos, you've probably noticed that I do some stupid attempts, like trying to get high kill runs, like 50ks, etc. Or go for high luck on Nixie, etc. All of this isn't possible unless I follow set parameters and rules around my gear and how I try to gear. But this set parameters will carry into any build I make. And you can also use these parameters in constructing any build as well. If you want to try and make broken builds and do some crazy stuff in Death Must Die, if you follow these simple things, it's starting to sound like a goddamn WikiHow, follow these 5 simple steps. No, but if you've follow like this general handful of stats to prioritize in every single build, and then have everything else fit in around that, it will make much more sense on how it's possible to achieve these type things. So in Death Must Die, the first thing I have to clarify is, yes, it's a game of RNG. RNG is the front factor of every single thing that you have to think about when it comes to builds. So, for example, if you want to play Summon Emeris, you want to play Summon Ascadi or something like that, you're still limited by the RNG of what the gods are going to offer you, what the rarity offers are going to be of those blessings, as well as just the stats and stuff on your gear. So how do you control how much RNG is present? Well, there's a few stats that help you do this, and that is what I actually prioritize over everything else in this game. Because if you can control the RNG, you can control your success. The most important factors of this are your dice and master offers. These are all I really consider as the bare minimum to any build I do, and adept offers. Now, I will clarify, this only matters when you talk about randomly generated items. This being the normal items that you can find just by looting a chest or going in the shop, for example. This does not apply to uniques, since uniques are guaranteed to always look the same no matter whenever you find that particular unique. So for example, Signet of Mastery here, 6% master offers. No matter when I find this, it's always going to look like this. I cram Signet of Mastery into any build that I can, because of the fact Signet of Mastery, 6% master offers on a ring slot. Ring cannot roll masters, so this is just a slot that doesn't usually roll masters, now has masters, makes it much easier to hit this higher number over here. But things like Amulet and Head, these are randomly generated items. They are the only other 2 slots that can get a master's offer, and these are the only 2 that can do it naturally. I try to get these as high as possible. So for example, my helmet has 7.6%, but my neck only has 6.2%. Why does my neck only have 6.2% if I wanted to cram as much as possible? Well, Legend offers is also very, very good, but if you don't have a good level of master offers, Legend offers does nothing for you. So 7.6 being the highest you can get, 6.2 is damn close to that. I was happy with just using a very good neck that I found with high masters and legend offers. If I was to make any other build, I would look for any neck that has 7.6% master offers, and then if this shoe up again, I would just use this. But yeah, my priority is always the master's offers though. And then I also mentioned adept offers. The only reason I take adept offers is because, one, the slots it rolls on. It rolls on Jewel and Ring if you're not using a unique. But the other offers that you can get on these slots suck. So, for example, this ring here, 2.5% skill rarity upgrade, 10% skill level, then you got skill rarity upgrade offers again. It's like, these stats just don't do much in the long-term things. Like, let's just think about it logistically, like, logically here for a second, right? What sounds better to you? You just leveled up, and you picked up Force. Would you invest 3 levels, leveling it up to Expert? Or would you just prefer to find it at Expert to begin with? Like, the answer is clear, right? 1 level efficiency versus 3. On top of that, we prefer to actually have things at Masters than it would be the others. So these don't really help with getting that to be the result, and you can't level something up to Masters buy a rarity upgrade offer unless you have a unique pair of boots on, which are only available to heavy characters. But also, upgrading something to Masters isn't the same as having it offered as Masters, so it will not help you find a Legend offer. For this reason, I completely ignore these free stats and only care about the actual offers themselves. Adept offers being the only actual offers itself that can roll on the Jewel in the Ring makes it the de facto for me and very important. This isn't because it's required to be able to roll these two, for example. It's just more because you don't see it here, but there is a hidden novice offer percent. As your other offers increase, novice offer gets decreased. So cramming in adept offers just makes it less likely to get a novice offer. The game rolls in a descending order, so it will always prioritize rolling Masters first. If that succeeds, it will then roll Legend. If that succeeds, you'll get a Legend. If Legend failed, for example, but you still succeeded on Masters, you would get the Masters offer. But if both of these failed and you don't get the Masters offers because it failed, etc., it will try and roll Expert. If that fails, it will then try and roll Adept. If that fails, it'll default and give you Novice. So increasing these is much better than any of these. Cram as much Masters as possible, get a little bit of Legend put in there because of the Amulet, and we're golden. That's my main framework for my offers. But now, I'm getting the rarities that I want, but I'm not getting the blessings I want. I need to be able to control those blessings, so I go with Dice. Dice is very, very, very important. There are more... every blessing has the potential of being very, very strong, but in certain builds, you want certain blessings. If I'm playing Luck Nixie, I really want to be able to find Master Serendipity, so Master's offers, Alteration Dice, and Reroll Dice become very important. Because being able to always get more, and then always being able to reroll Serendipity if it's not presented as a Master, and hopefully get it to land as Master, is very, very impactful. This is what I'm on about when I'm saying controlling RNG. But now, why do I have Banished Dice? Well, certain gods, say Mort again, have certain blessings I just like to avoid. One, because it's just not that impactful in my overall arc of my build, or two, it's added bloat into the pools of blessings, making it less likely for me to find what I want. So being able to banish stuff like Necromancy, Sickles, and Ravens makes it more likely for me to find stuff like Soul Stealers, Serendipity, Mayhem. I should also note here, banishing stuff like Sickles, Ravens, etc. does not impact your offers at all in terms of finding a legendary. It doesn't roll the actual blessing itself when it comes to Master offers, it rolls the card slot. So you could have absolutely nothing in the pool apart from legendaries, it's still going to try and roll these to determine if it's actually going to give you a legendary. I hope that made sense. That's why banishes are kind of important in terms of get rid of the bad stuff, make it more likely to get the good stuff. Certain things as well, you don't need that many points in for it to be efficient. So Warp Strike is a prime example here. Warp Strike doesn't do, like, attacks don't scale that great, so I don't really need that many things, but the shard generation is always 100% no matter what level it's at. So take 1 point of Warp Strike, banish Warp Strike, now Warp Strike's removed from the pool as well. I'm more likely to get the better blessings that I want from time without having to worry about that extra bloat. So utility and the blessing offers become my core, foundation, the framework for every build that I do, no matter the character. Dixie, Guardy, etc. The other stats that really come afterwards change depending on what build and what my goal is of the run. That's why there's no definitive guide, really, of this is what I take and why, because of the fact the context matters a lot. If I'm going for high kills, I don't really care about passive experience. I only want a tiny bit of it on someone like Maris and Kron, etc., just to get their ball rolling early, and then that will escalate and scale the run completely. But someone like Nixie, for example, I'm going to want a lot of luck. She scales luck really well, so I'll cram luck in if I can, but still prioritizing my offers and my dice where it's possible. Kron is the best example I have of this, because I haven't min-maxed his gear to a point where it's like, I have a build in mind, this is what I'm going for, this is the framework. Right here, what you're seeing right now is how I build. This is my skeletal structure. I'm going to start interchanging pieces as I get better pieces, and I get a better idea of how I want to build him going forward. I'm thinking I'm probably going to cram a bunch of experience gain on him, much like I did with Skadi, and see where that goes. But right now, this is what I've got rolling, and this is the bare bone structure. Hope that's made sense. Again, this isn't something really everyone's going to be able to do in terms of copy and pasting, because it takes a lot of grinding. But if you pair this knowledge of what I look for the framework of my builds with the previous video of shop resets, that's the methodology behind getting a skeletal structure going for a build, is you do shop resets until you have the bare bones of something, and then you go do runs, and you get an idea of what does work and doesn't work for your character, and you start interchanging things. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.